You have the ability in gCADPlus to import data from comma-separated files. These files can be read into Excel and in fact exported from Excel still as a comma-separated file. We have here some data from a tree health survey, so we have the X and Y coordinates of each particular tree in the survey, and the tree protection zone area has been calculated, and the height of the trunk at breast height has been incorporated into this data set. We can bring that data or parts of that data into the gCADPlus environment by simply saying gCADPlus GPS import CSV, pick up the file, I've called it test, and we'll say for our X value we'll pick up from the spreadsheet the column labelled X and then the column labelled Y, and for label we'll pick species. We don't need a Z coordinate, so we can leave that at tree number and we'll OK it. And in goes all the point data. So a piece of text goes in and a point itself is the label in the properties box goes in, so the X and Y coordinates of that point have been recorded. So once the point data is in, we can do other things, other analytical things with it. But you can see how easy it is to bring in comma-separated data into the gCADPlus environment. Once you have a point in a gCADPlus drawing, it's easy to add extra data to it. If we go to gCADPlus and pick extended data, so we're going to store some extended data with a point. So pick the point. As gCADPlus stands at the moment, if you look down in the command area, we're asked to nominate, is this entity paving, decking, irrigation, furniture, grass, lighting, or species? We might well add other categories later, but let's choose species. And here's the entity data. When we choose species, we can put the botanical name, Eucalyptus camaldulensis, common name river red gum. We can estimate its height, so we'll say 13 for metres. If we had the Google KLM file, we could put that information in. If we had a URL which linked to a photograph, we could put in the URL link. We could put in the GPS coordinates, which we might have from GPS data in there. And we can add notes. So you can see we can add a great deal of information to that entity. Now if we put down in the status line, we put entity on, as we move over the point marker, that information that we just entered shows in the little pop-up box. So I hope you can see you can build a lot of information, add a lot of extra information into the gCADPlus environment by taking advantage of the extended data. We may well offer in future a facility to add extended data to point entities by loading in an external file.